Hey everybody, welcome to Split 13, Hank Hallway. It's this one, two, three, four, five, six, I think seven room nightmare of four battles, three lockers, and a wild time with a crazy exploding man. So let's just jump right into it. All you gotta really know fundamentals are it's seven rooms. Three of them have lockers. Four of them have really hard engagements. This is very close to what your setup should be looking like at the moment. In the new meta run, I'd be running ammo and camo for the extra AP, but let's stick to what I did in my world record just for now, just to show you what you can do. So um, let's get right into it. We're just going straight right, essentially. And so, let's take this locker. There's pretty much nothing of use in there, as you saw. Headband and that armor helmet and the night vision. It's like you're not really gonna put that on anybody at this point. We all have crazy gear. So, this is like the introductory Hank hallway room. It'll show you this should take a really long time, but we're gonna one turn it because we're speedrunners. So this guy has 64 health. I believe one armor class. I think that's like one or two armor class. So pretty low chance to actually armor anything. So with four shots, with our 8 AP, we can take him out, which is what we want to do with our rifler. Yep, there we go. And then we pull him forward. 32 health. We just take our guaranteed damage on his 4 armor class. And then we move him back here. Because of that. And because the battle ends before their turn is over, we get both PID charges. One is not spent to resurrect them. So overall, pretty easy one-turn room, and extra speedy because of our new clown friend. Be grateful for him, because in rooms like this, check this out actually. So what the strat is here is we're just gonna line him up with as many people as we can, or like the biggest health pool targets. So he's gonna die from the explosion. He's a 32 healther, 64 healther, 64 healther. I want to say 44 health or something like that. Maybe it is 32 health. Let's. Either way, that's where we position him. We're gonna move Sanford out of the way because Deimos is gonna be shooting some shots here. So yeah, so he did have 32 health. So it kills off that guy in the back, kills the guy down here, does 32 and 32 here. Ridiculous damage. Absolutely insane. So what we're going to do is, because he has 48 damage dealt to him, because he exploded and was hit by the rifle shot, we're gonna try to come back and kill him in one shot. But for now, both of these guys can be killed in 2 shots, 32 health and 32 health. So unlucky. So actually, we're gonna go for this guy because I believe he has a lower armor class. So then, what we do with the remainder of our action points is we play the move up game, where we prepare these guys for next turn and take care of what's left. Alright, that's about as good as we're going to do for this turn. There we go, took him out, and one shot, nice and easy. That's just basically what you want to do. You just want to finish off those last guys as quick as possible after that that bomb turn with your assault. You're essentially forced to use a PID charge there, but we have 15. That's really good for where we're at. So by the end of this, we should have like 16, 17. So we're doing good. It's definitely worth the damage. So we're going to open up this locker with nothing of much importance. As you can see, 44 smokes. They don't really see the light of day much. So we're just gonna head to the right. And okay, so check out this doozy of a room. So the meta strat for this is we're gonna move our clown here. Doesn't have any AP to really do anything at this point. But what we are gonna do is we are going to move just so the clowns don't really blow up on us, and we can take out this guy who's more of a danger, has a bigger health pool, leaves him stunned. So if we take out all these guys, we should be good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set it up to where if we get stunned by this guy that gets taken out in the collateral, we're not at any risk, and we clear out as much as we can, because we can potentially one-turn this if we have either one of these guys not stunned afterwards. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to shoot this guy twice. So it should be 32, 32, and everyone should be taken out. So check this out. There we go. And if we have any movers... Nope, very unlucky, because if we had any movers at all, this guy would be toast, and we would not be spending a PID charge on the resurrection of the assault. So we're just going to end it because he's stunned, and just take care of him real quick. There we go. It's easy as that. So unfortunately, we had to use PID there, but I mean, you can't count on everybody not being stunned. It's just, part of the game. So we're going to keep going right, and here's the big one. This is the big fish. So, essentially, what we're going to do here, this is a room that requires very, very careful strategy. So, by all means, we have to hit these guys with hooks. We have to line them up. So, just make sure that they're in position before anything else with Sanford. Then what we do is we line up our boy, the clown. Take an extra shot at the guy in the back, because why not? Just for the novelty of it, the good fun. And so here we're lining up for 92 damage from the clown explosion. That is insane efficiency. You're not going to find efficiency like this anywhere else in the game, man. So let's give him a shot. Bam. So those two guys in the middle are dead. This guy has 16 health left. These guys have 32. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to just take care of as many of these guys as possible. They do have 3 armor class, so there's a chance that this could be botched, but yeah, see, best case, we get essentially like this whole front section gone. Actually, we do get this whole front section gone, because the guaranteed damage from the Colt takes care of that extra 32 on him. And so what we're going to do here is we're just going to pull him forward, just because we're going to flash, and if they're closer to us, we're going to have an easier time positioning the assault. There we go. So I'm going to take a look at the floor tiles. So this would actually not hit him, so we're not going to line up for suicide. Sometimes you can line up for a suicide bomb to take care of these guys in the back, but this time we cannot. So I'm just going to set up for killing these guys. So they have an absolute ton of health. So you just got to be ready to wail on some dudes for a while. Because to be honest, this isn't all that tricky. Luckily, they lined up for a collateral. Take big damage where you can get it. There we go. Cleaned it up pretty well. That was about as optimal as you want to get it. That was a pretty good run through that room. So yeah, I mean once you've cleared out the front with that huge bomb and the rest of your LMG and guaranteed damage, just make sure to be careful because you can play the back of the room pretty quickly if they line up well for another bomb, or if you get it to where you can just bomb him, like just end the last turn and take care of the rest of his health on his turn with a bomb just being in his range, and such. Luckily, we had enough AP between all our guys to just distribute just enough damage to finish that guy off. And so that's the end of the encounters for this hallway. We ended with 17 PID charges, which is really good. That is very good. 17 is essentially the optimal number. 18 is the best you can get, I'm pretty sure, but 17 is definitely the second best number you want to see. It's an optimal number, so that's good. Got through essentially the trickiest room in the game pretty well. That's how to do it. So then we're gonna head right, and this is essentially the dead end of Hank Hallway. As you can see, we went through these 7 rooms, got our 3 lockers, and faced our 4 encounters. So in this locker is, whoo boy, this is some gear. So actually, this split does not end until the equip and the first warp with the PID charge. As soon as you warp that. As soon as you take your first warp, that's when locker hopping begins. But until then, it's not over. So we have one last thing to do. So we're gonna take this gear, the Hank gear, and we are going to click on our CQB1, and we are going to change all 4 things. Every single one of these is gonna change. So what we're gonna do is actually, I think this is where I might deviate from my my world record run. I have to deviate to show you this strategy because this is actually critically important to some extent of the success of the run and just minimizing potential errors. So main weapon, katana, sub weapon, warning sign, armor, Hank, and headgear, Hank. So let me explain why this is important and why this is so good. First of all, look at that health. Look at this. Look at these stats. Headgear, armor class +3, max HP +3, max AP +3, AP gain +1. Armor class +3, HP gain +3, max AP +3, AP gain +1. This is insane. You have 11 AP. You're gaining 5 per turn. And I'm not even mentioning yet, like, the stats alone would make this gear absolutely amazing. But not only that, but they give you 3 passives. So, or, well, 1 active and 2 passives. So the active is Shadow Dash. So basically, imagine moving, but it's just for 1 AP. The range is the amount of AP you have at the moment, but usually that's not much of a problem. Like, even if you have 5 AP, you can teleport 5 spaces away, and then you can teleport 4 spaces away for just 2 AP. That 9 AP movement now costs 2. and you still have 3 left over. It's actually kind of insane. Teleport away when hit is usually actually more of a hindrance than a help, but you'll see why eventually. Deflect is the most broken thing in the entire game. If you're using a melee weapon, you have a 75% chance to deflect any attack. Hence why we use Katana and Warning Sign, because this keeps us in range of people a little better. Like, say we just got done meleeing somebody and there's someone just outside our range. Warning Sign is definitely the way to go with its 2 AP, 8 damage. That's pretty good, believe it or not. 3 range is nothing to scoff at either. It's very good for a melee weapon. And it can be used with deflect. So even if we forget to, like, because the old strat used to have him on a deagle. So if you accidentally forgot to change weapons or something before your turn ended, you wouldn't be able to deflect. So you'd be missing damage and everything. But now it uses a 2 melee weapon strat where you can literally not deflect, and you have a melee weapon for every situation. So that's essentially the meta here. I'm from now on I'm gonna do the new meta stuff because there's no reason not to. So that's the end of the Hank hallway. That's split number 13. Oh, and now that equip is done, actually, so the most important thing is actually starting this on Sanford main weapon or sub weapon, depending on where you have his pistol equipped. Because what you're going to do is you're going to equip. Wait, no. You're going to do that. You're gonna do the main or sub weapon depending on where it is for him last, because you're going to go over to the CQB. You're gonna equip all the Hank gear and stuff. Like, you're gonna probably go like whatever his hook isn't. Or no. You're gonna go to whatever his hook is, either his main weapon or sub weapon. You're gonna replace that. You're gonna go to armor. You're gonna replace that. You're gonna go to headgear, and then you're gonna go to whatever his pistol is, and you're going to replace that last. So then you can switch over to Sanford and just replace his pistol really quick with the Smith & Wesson. So that's how that's done, because we want guaranteed damage over not guaranteed damage. Because obviously that's just a straight upgrade. He gets his melee weapons that are critically important to his now super broken kit, and everyone else is pretty much set for now. So that's the end of that. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. That's split 13. We're set up pretty well. 17 PID charges is going to get us through locker hopping pretty cleanly. So there we go, 85%. Now we got Hank, Sanford, Deimos, the original trio. That's that good madness right there. So next split, we're just going to be hopping over here, and getting ready for the Warp Tower. Thanks for tuning in to Split 13, and I'll see you in Split 14 locker hopping. Happy running.